How are we doing, everyone? We are back with another Go Mining video. This one is going to be how the Bitcoin mining rewards are calculated for solo miners. Now, I know some people probably come over to the dashboard or the rewards section. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. That's what I like to look at. And they scroll down and they go, well, how do they calculate their electricity and service fees? You know, you can hover over this and it'll literally tell you. Same thing with the service fees. It will literally tell you. But if you want to go into more detail, like personally, I find this one a little confusing. The pool reward was 0.00009493 Bitcoin. And why was my reward 0.00006668? Like, that doesn't make sense. Well, what you can do is you can click on it and it'll go into some more detail. It'll show you the status it was sent. It'll show you the date, the amount of terahash total, the reward in sats and Bitcoin total, 6,668 sats or 0.00006668 Bitcoin. It'll show you the address it was sent to. This is my GoMining wallet. They also show a little referral link here for you if you want to send it to your friends. But here they also break down your individual miners if you have more than one. For me, I have two. And as we can see here, this one's got a little red dot. This one doesn't. This one made a lot more Satoshis and this one has way less, even though they're only off by 15 terahash. What happened? Well, this little red dot might tell me not enough GoMinings, the tokens, on your virtual wallet to pay the maintenance fees. So that means this miner paid its maintenance fees with the Bitcoin mined from the pool, and this miner actually paid its maintenance fees with the GoMining tokens from my virtual wallet up here. Now, even if you want to go into more detail, you can click on this, and what do you know? It says reward, the mine box. I'm going to go over this one first, and then I'll go over the other one, because this one did not have enough GoMining tokens to pay for the fees. So how did it break it down? Well, first, it's going to go over your discount, and I have three different things for me. I have a 1.5% discount based on my VIP status. I also have a 3% discount based on a consecutive days clicking the service button. I've clicked it 10 days in a row. And I have a 1.45% discount for being a solo miner. My total discount is 5.95%. Beautiful. And before I quickly get into the reward here, you'll see that they actually have a little legend down here. So PR stands for pool reward. C1 stands for electricity costs. C2 stands for service costs. KWH stands for kilowatt an hour. Most people should already know this one, depending if you pay electrical bills. BTC, everyone should know this one. Price of Bitcoin in USD. GMT, we all know this one. Go mining token in the price of USD. CP, no, this is not what you think it is. It's not cool, people. It's computing power. And EE, energy efficiency. Now, the two main things that are your personal factors are the computing power and the energy efficiency. We already know this because you're the one buying the computing power and you're the one adjusting your energy efficiency. So when we come into the reward here, the amount of Satoshi accrued to the token holder at a rate of 1 terahash second a day. That just means it's just breaking down the math for the amount of Satoshis accrued for just 1 terahash second a day. Now, I have 100 terahash a second, so of course, we would just multiply this by 100. So 16 times 100 is 1600. Obviously, I guess we're just up a tiny bit because we're off only by 10 sats because it's at 1590. And so the calculation that they do for this is the pool reward minus your electricity costs, C1 right here, we know this, minus your service costs, we know this right here, C2, equals 16 sats. We got 44 minus 21 minus 8 equals 16. Very simple math. But now some people are gonna be like, well, how are they getting the electricity costs? How are they getting their service costs? It doesn't make sense. Well, it's right here. It is right here. And it's going to break it down the same way. The electricity, the power cost for just 1 terahash a second a day. So what they're paying is 5 cents per kilowatt hour times 24 hours times your energy efficiency divided by the price of Bitcoin at the time. Of course, it's not going to be at the current price of Bitcoin because that's fluctuating. This is as the payment went through the time, the second, and then divided by 1,000. That's how they get it to the exact Satoshi. People are going to be like, what is this 1,000? Well, they have to divide it by that to get it to the, correct decimal of Satoshis. And then if you have a discount, you're going to minus the percentage of it. So we're going to quickly go over this math and I'm just going to show you how it works. So first we have 5 cents a kilowatt hour times 24 hours in a day times that by our energy efficiency, which is 20 watts a terahash. And now we're going to divide it by the price of Bitcoin here. I don't feel like typing this in, so I'm just going to quickly and paste it in there and then divide it by 1,000 equals 0.00000022 Satoshis. And now I'm going to add my discount because look, we're off. We got 22. This is 21. That's not correct. So we're going to minus 5.95% equals, well, what do you know? It's almost like the math is correct. Now, let's do the math for the service. The service and infrastructure costs at a rate of 1 terahash a second a day. Now, this constant is GoMining's constant. Some people might not know what a constant is. It's a mathematical value that does not change. such as the constant for gravity of Earth, which is 9.81 meters a second squared. So this is their number. It doesn't change. I don't exactly know how they have this based off of, but it's all based off of their service and infrastructure costs. The way that they calculate it is 0.0089 divided by the price of Bitcoin at that time. I did a copy and paste again, which will then equal 0.0000008 Satoshis. Now that is correct, but of course I gotta quickly put on my 5.95% discount. Again, still equals 8 sats. So that math there is correct. So we got the pool reward of 44 Satoshis minus 21 for the electricity costs minus 8 Satoshis for the service costs, which then equals a 16 Satoshi reward for just 1 terahash. Of course, times this by 100, like I said prior, and we get this number. Obviously, it's not exactly on because this goes into more decimals. And now we can break it down for my other miner, which paid its electricity and service fees with GoMining tokens. Now, of course, everything's the exact same. The legend down here is still the same. You got pool reward, electricity costs, service costs, kilowatt an hour, Bitcoin price in USD, GoMining price in USD, computing power, energy efficiency, yada yada. We already know. Again, we got our same discount. Breaks it down based off what you have. These are your personal factors. Well, these are my personal factors. Yours are going to be different unless, you know, they could be the exact same as mine, depending if you're within the same VIP status as me, and you also have the same discount, you know. But then for this reward, we have a 44 Satoshi pool reward minus 0 Satoshis for the electricity cost and minus 0 Satoshis for the service cost, which will then equal a 44 Satoshi reward. How does that work? Well, obviously, same math. We're going to break it down again, except instead of the Bitcoin price, it's doing the GMT price, which then equals the amount of GoMining, which is the kilowatt hour times the hours in a day times your efficiency divided by the GMT price divided by 1000 to get into the decimal minus your percentage, which will then equal the amount of GoMining tokens it costs to power 1 terahash a second for a day. And of course, I had enough for it, so I was able to pay for it. So cha-ching, that's why it's nice and green. And then same thing with the service costs. You have your constant that doesn't change divided by the GMT price minus your discount to basically service and house your 1 terahash miner a day. And of course, I had enough GMT for it, so I paid for it, which is why this pool reward then equals a full reward. So I hope this made it a lot easier to understand rather than, you know, just hovering over the information button and going, well, what are these numbers? Like, what is the kilowatt per hour? I don't know that. It doesn't even say it as a number. And then when you hover over this, you go, well, what is this 0.0089 number? I don't know what that is. Like, when you actually click everything and go into it, it tells you the details so you can fully understand it. Makes it a lot easier. And if you haven't started mining Bitcoin today and you would like to, because, you know, you see I've mined over $3,500 worth of Bitcoin so far. This is not in profit because, of course, you know, we're still making back our ROI. But we've made over $3,500, which actually has already paid for this 100 terahash miner, which I currently have listed for sale if anyone would like to buy it. Or if you want to use my referral link down in the description below and get an extra 5% free terahash on your first miner purchase, such as a 1 terahash miner, you'll get an extra 0.05 terahash absolutely for free. And you can get started for as low as $23.99 with a 20 watt terahash miner. And if you end up paying for the maintenance fees in Bitcoin, well, you'll be making 1 cent a day or $7.01 a year. This is at current Bitcoin rates. You know, of course, if we go up to $150,000 a coin, you'll be making 3 cents a day, and yearly you'll be making $12.97. Or, you know, if you're a big boy baller and you want to buy the 5,000 terahash model, again, if you use my referral link, this would be much appreciated. But I'm honestly not sure if you will get an extra 250 terahash for free on top of this miner because they max out at 5,000 unless they just give you an extra miner on top of that with 250 terahash on it, because, you know, you use my referral link and you got that extra 5% and you have the money and you just want to drop it down to 15 watts of terahash. So you're getting more Bitcoin because you're paying less in electricity fees, but you're still paying for the Bitcoin maintenance in Bitcoin. Well, you're making literally $207.47 when Bitcoin is $150,000. And this is the day. Now, it will cost you $122,735.99. But not too long ago, this was actually $136,000 to buy. Not too long ago, I mean literally just a few weeks ago. So this is actually on sale for about $14,000. Again, you're buying a full-time job. If Bitcoin goes to 150K, you're making $75,000 a year. Even if it doesn't go to 150K at current rates, you're making $46,000 a year doing absolutely nothing other than clicking a service button. You're making $125 a day. Probably one of the better investments I've seen in anything, you know, an ROI of up to 37.42%, just under a 4x compared to the stock market return. You know, S&P 500 average return is maybe like 9-10%. So yeah, you can either get started for as little as $24, or like I said, you're a big boy baller, you can get started and quit your job for just, you know, $122,735.99. Pretty good value. So yeah, have a good one, guys. I hope this helped anyone else. And again, we'll see you soon. Have a good one.